Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Rainbow Tarot UK. It's great to have you here, if you're either new or a returning subscriber or viewer, then welcome. Everyone is welcome here on Rainbow Tarot UK. So in today's reading we are doing, do you occupy their thoughts and how do you occupy their thoughts? And we've got our three piles. We've got pile number one, which is this card. And it says love at the bottom with the little red stone here. We've got pile number two that says, I think it says trust, and it's basil, lovely green basil with the green stone here. And pile number three, which has the beautiful lemons on it with the yellow stone. So try not to be too distracted by the words or anything. Just go with the pile that's calling to you. That's the one that's got your messages. There might be more than one pile. Remember, it's a general timeless reading. Take what resonates. You never have to take a message that doesn't feel right. If it doesn't feel right, it's not your message. And it's timeless, so it's good for whenever you're finding it. So I'll see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number one, welcome back to your reading. Welcome back to Rainbow Tarot UK. And our reading today is, do you occupy their thoughts and how do you occupy their thoughts? So you came into the reading as this lovely little red, sort of deep ruby red stone, which I love. And some of the pre-shuffled oracle cards, but your main one was this. It said love on it with these 3 tomatoes. And it's also got this little bottle of a love potion here. I don't know if you can see, it's got like a little picture that says love potion. And number 30. So it's got number 30, love potion, 30 cancels down to 3. So let's see. Anyway, so you were the only card actually that got 2 of these cards. Just 2 came out. So this one is, okay, it's the broccoli and it says leadership. Leadership. And that is card number 6. So we've got 3, we've got 6. 3 goes into 6, doesn't it? So that's interesting. Okay. And then we've had, mature man. Mature man. And the duck and chrysanthemum with luck. The duck and the chrysanthemum with luck. So, do you occupy their thoughts? How do you occupy their thoughts? Well, I think this man sitting in this library here, surrounded. I mean, we go into libraries, don't we, to gain knowledge, to have a quiet space, this person looks like they're thinking, don't they? They look like they're pondering. So I feel like this person is thinking about you, that you are on their mind for sure, and that there is, maybe there's something in this situation with the love potion, because what do you do, like you sometimes get love potions, don't you, in fairy tales and things like that, where you take a love potion, or witches create a love potion, don't they, to make someone fall in love with you. So maybe there's something like that in this situation where this person is wanting you to fall in love with them, or they're thinking of you in a loving way. And they're wanting you to be in love with them, to fall in love with them, to feel love for them. With the globe here, you might be in a long distance. This person that you're thinking of might be far away from you geographically. They might be in another part of the world. There might be a long distance thing here. I feel like this person wants a mature connection, or they want because this is like looks like a stable, solid figure, don't they? I feel like this person is thinking of a stable, solid, mature connection. But maybe it requires a little bit of luck here. Maybe they're a leader with the leadership card here. Maybe they're a person in charge. This person looks like they are in charge. They look like they're somebody who manages something, who heads something, who's got their own business, or is someone who is high up in their career or in their profession, or something like that. Those are just some of the initial thoughts. So I think that you are on this, that you do occupy this person's thoughts, you are on their mind, and I think they are spending a lot of time actually thinking about you, pondering on the connection. But there is something about needing to either get you to love them or fall in love with them, or to revive love in some way here with the love potion. And I'm feeling like maybe they feel like they need to take the lead, or they need to be the one to initiate or get things started, or to take the lead in the connection in some way. And I think they're hoping for a little bit of luck in that. But anyway, let's see. Does pile number 1 occupy their person's thoughts? How? How do they occupy their thoughts? How do they occupy their thoughts? 7 of Swords. How do they occupy their thoughts? Do they occupy their thoughts? In what way? Chariot. I'm just getting, for this 7 of Swords, I don't know why, but I'm getting forbidden thoughts. So maybe for some of you, this is a situation that is like a secret situation, or a forbidden situation, or something that's in the shadows, or something that is not out in the open in some way. Just for some of you, how does pile number 1 occupy their person's thoughts? Page of Cups, yeah. And the 8 of Pentacles. So what I feel, first of all, I feel this might be for some of you with the 8 of Pentacles here, a bit of like a work connection, maybe a bit of a work crush or a business crush with the mature man here, or maybe it's your manager or somebody in charge, or somebody who has authority over you, or if you're at university, maybe a lecturer or something like that, that you are wondering about whether they like you because you like them. And maybe they are more mature than you in this situation, or maybe there's a little bit of an age difference in this situation, just for some of you, because we've got the mature man and we've got the Page of Cups here. So it could be something that you are thinking about, somebody who is a bit older than you, who you look up to, or something like that for some of you. With the 7 of Swords here, I just get with this, normally this card is about sort of tricky energy really, but in this reading, what I'm feeling is that these thoughts that they're having about you are somehow forbidden, or something that they can't be open about, or something that is secret, or maybe something has happened in the situation where somebody has done something, and the person that you're thinking about was somebody has done something that was a bit sneaky, or a bit tricky, or wasn't quite right. So maybe there was a little bit there. Maybe there's a lack of trust, or a little bit of a trust issue, or something like that. Because that can be the 7 of Swords, but it can also be an unexpected. So maybe it would be unexpected to you that this person would even be thinking about you, because they hide it so well. Because this person has a very professional persona, don't they? They look, very sort of contained, very calm, very much in control. But I believe that their thoughts of you are, of the romantic nature, but you might not necessarily realise that from their outward appearance or from their outward persona. I think they want to come towards you. I mean, their thoughts of you is the Chariot, and the Chariot is about moving with purpose and direction. So if there's been because the 7 of Swords can be a little bit of maybe mixed messages, or scattered thinking, or not really being very clear, or not being open with their feelings, having their feelings hidden. I think what they're now pondering on and thinking about, and maybe having to get some guidance on, with this person sitting in the library here, libraries, books, ideas, guidance, is how to move towards you, because I do feel they want to move towards you with purpose. Sometimes this card also can show that this person on this Chariot is actually like the Emperor in the tarot deck. And again, the Emperor is somebody who is in charge, somebody who is, very ambitious, very career orientated, very on top of their game in terms of their work. But again, somebody who's quite contained in terms of their feelings and emotions. So maybe up until now, this person that you're thinking of has been quite contained in their emotions, has had their emotions hidden, or the situation has had to be hidden, or has had to be secret, has had to be contained. It hasn't been out in the open in some way. And I think the way they're thinking of it now, the way in which it's occupying their thoughts now, is to have ideas about how to move it forward with the Chariot here. And the Chariot is a speedy movement. So I'm thinking that they need to take action with the Leadership card here. They need to take action in some way. They need to step up. They need to make the first move or a move towards you. They're hoping that they're going to be lucky, because actually with the Page of Cups here, now the Page of Cups can be an apology. So if something has happened in this situation where there's been some deception possibly as well, or some deceit, or somebody not behaving right, or somebody not behaving correctly, the Page of Cups can be a bit of an apology, because it's also a message of, you know, pages are often messages. And with the Page of Cups, it can be a saying a sorry or an apology, or just a connection, a coming forwards in a sort of like, you know, in a token of sort of love or friendship or harmony, really. So that's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm feeling this person wants to come forwards. That's how they're occupying. That's how you're occupying their thoughts. They're thinking a lot about you. There is love here, but it's like, I feel like they want to, with the love potion, it's about them trying to convince you to fall for them, or to convince you again, maybe, if there's been a fallout from this Seven of Swords, you know, to convince you again of their love, to, you know, get you to kind of like them back. It's almost like that, really, because, and the Page of Cups can be a little bit of a crush energy. So maybe this is a crush for some of you. This is your crush, and and you are their crush. And it might be a work situation, or a business situation, or a university situation, or something like that, where you like that person and they are your crush, and they're thinking that you're their crush too. But you wouldn't necessarily, like I say, they might have been very contained with it. Or, you know, if you're in a relationship with this person, something may have happened with the Seven of Swords here to create some tension, or something might have happened where there was some tricky behaviour. And now they're you know, maybe there's a period of reflection or a period of pause, and they are thinking a lot about it, but they know they need a lot of luck, and they somehow need some help here with the love potion. You know, they need some help, so they need some guidance with the library, the love potion. They're looking for some guidance on how to get you to like them, how to get you to kind of fall for them, because they, you know, they've fallen for you, really. Now with the Eight of Pentacles, that is about work, you know, it's about mastery. Actually, it's a card of mastery. It's about mastering something. So I feel like almost you are their, I'm getting, this is really just going to sound strange, but it's like you are their project, and they're trying to master how to get you interested, how to get you on board, how to create something with you, how to be with you. And they know they've got to take that step. They know they've got to do it, and they're coming, and they're trying to think of all the different ways, with the books, the love potion, with the luck, all the different ways of how they can get you. That's what I'm feeling here. That's how you're occupying their thoughts. You're very much on their mind, but they want to be romantic with you, definitely. But they're really thinking hard about it and trying to come up with all these different ways and ideas, and what they could use to bring you in, to kind of get you back, or to lure you in some way. That's kind of what I'm feeling has happened here with this pile. So in terms of astrological signs, then the Seven of Swords, well, that is Aquarius energy. Chariot is Cancer, and Page of Cups could be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. And Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. But anyway, let's see if we've got one. I feel like I want to do one of these guys. Now this one is calling to me. Wait. This says wait. Okay, so maybe there is a bit of a period where this thinking and strategizing is going on, and you have to wait before they can actually make a move. Maybe there's something like that going on, or they're feeling that they've got to wait a little bit in this situation, maybe, before they can come forward. But let's see if we've got one here. This person, it looks like they're waiting, don't they? They're thinking, they're pondering. They're just sitting there, they're like waiting. Maybe they're waiting for inspiration as well. Like I said, with all the tools and all the, you know, wanting to know how to do it, how to come forward. Okay, so, you know, so this one seems to want to come out. Friendship. Maybe you're friends with this person. Maybe this is somebody that you're actually friends with and you just want to know whether you mean anything more to them. Successful couples are good friends. Maybe they want to create a friendship with you. Maybe they realise that having a good friendship with you is is really important for any committed long-term relationship, because, after all the passion and the lust and the romance has, faded a little, then what you rely on is a solid friendship that you can where you can trust one another, where you can connect with each other, where you can actually get along and share your life with each other. So maybe they are realising that, or maybe this is about creating a friendship with this person, or having a friendship and valuing that as being a necessary step in the process of becoming a couple. Let's have one more. How does pile number 1 occupy their person's thoughts? Do they occupy their person's thoughts? I think we've established that they do. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So maybe this is somebody who doesn't fit your usual type. Maybe you think you're somebody that doesn't fit their usual type. So maybe there's some differences, like I said at the beginning, maybe there's some age differences, or maybe there's just some differences in the way you live your life or your values or something that mean that it would seem a bit unexpected for it to happen. But this is saying, just keep an open mind, because, this person may be, the love of your life or something like that. So how does pile number 1 occupy their thoughts? How does pile number 1 occupy their thoughts? Please can you tell me, how does pile number 1 occupy their thoughts? Hierophant. 7 of Cups. How does pile number 1 occupy their thoughts? Page of Pentacles. And the King of Wands. I definitely do feel that this person with the mature man might be quite a bit, a little bit older than you. You might be the younger person, or there might be just an age difference between you, because you've got 2 pages coming out here which can talk about young energy. Or it's just the beginnings of something. It feels like that it could be for a lot of you. I feel like with this it is swaying more towards maybe a kind of crush situation that you want to develop, or that you're thinking about, somebody that you are attracted to, and it hasn't quite gone off the ground with the pages here. It's just the beginning of something. They definitely want a beginning with you with the Page of Pentacles here. And it's funny because the Page of Pentacles is about study, is actually about studying, and this person's sitting here in this library. So I do feel like they are trying to gain more knowledge about you. They're trying to gain more information on you. You might be a little bit hidden from them, actually, with the 7 of Swords here. You might have, you might be not easily accessible to them in some way. And they're trying to gain more information about you. But the Hierophant is, they think if something went wrong before, or if there was some deceit or some dishonesty or some tricky behaviour, I think they want to put it right with the Hierophant here, and they want to have a bit of commitment here. I feel like they want to commit to this situation in some way. They want to, they kind of, we've got the Owl in this card, haven't we? An owl and a child again. So again, that makes me think there might be some age differences for some of you in this situation, because we've got wisdom and then we've got youth and innocence in some way. So maybe there is some differences between you, and maybe it was hidden, or maybe it was clandestine as well. I'm just seeing here with the moon here. But I feel like they want to bring commitment into the situation. The 7 of Cups is normally, the 7 of Cups is about, sometimes it's a dream, it's a dreamy energy. It's about having lots of different choices. Sometimes it's about being a little bit scattered and a bit daydreaming and sort of, dreaming big. But I think with this particular 7 of Cups, with her pointing towards that star, and it comes right underneath the Chariot, which is a card of moving forwards with purpose and with speed. I feel like this person is choosing you. In their head, they're actively choosing you amongst maybe other stars or other choices or options, because, this can be a card of choices and options. But I feel like with the Chariot moving towards you you quickly, with focus, with purpose, and this person pointing their wand towards the star. I feel like they've chosen you. I feel like in their mind they have chosen you and they want to come towards you. But they may still be in this period of waiting, of getting more information, or maybe they have to get more information or gather more information or do something before they can come forward in some way. Maybe there's something like that going on. But the overarching energy is the King of Wands. Well, the King of Wands is all about confidence. It's all about having confidence. It's all about coming forwards, connecting, being sociable, being, bringing fun into a situation, bringing adventure into a situation. So I feel it's like it's activity. Wands are a suit of activity and action. So I feel this person definitely, the way that you occupy their thoughts is that they are busy strategizing and planning and coming up with ways and strategies to come forward and offer, because they've chosen you. I feel they have definitely chosen you. They've chosen that they want to be with you, but they know they need to be the one to make the move. And I think that they are trying to strategize now and come up with ways to make the move, to convince you to be with them, to show you that you are special to them, pointing at the star here, that you are special to them, that you mean a lot to them, that they want to commit to you. And that they want this kind of new beginning that is based on, romance with the cups here, but also something solid as well with the pentacles here, something that can be built up, something that can be, that is grounded and real. So it's not just kind of romance or passion or whatever, it's actually real. It's, you can grow it. You can grow it here. That's kind of what I'm fit. That's how you're occupying their thoughts right now. Now let's see if we've got one other message card here for pile number one before we leave them. How is pile number one occupying their person's thoughts? Please can you tell me? And with all this red here on the King of Wands, I do feel there's a lot of attraction. I do feel this person is very attracted to you. And with the red in the stone as well, I just feel there's a lot of, and with the red tomatoes, there's a lot of passion, I feel, but also a desire, because red is about the root chakra, a desire again to ground the situation, to make it real. That's kind of what I'm feeling. What does this one say? Attraction. What did I just say? I was just talking about finding you attractive. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I think you really appeal to their senses, because this person is sniffing this rose. It's a beautiful aroma. Smell is a sense, one of our 5 senses. I feel like you're very, you really appeal to their senses. They like the way you look. They're sort of in raptures really about how you attract them and touch their senses, if you like. But anyway, pile number one, that's been your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know exactly when I'm uploading my next reading. Otherwise, I'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 2, and welcome back to your reading. So today's reading we are doing, aren't we? How or do you occupy their thoughts, and how do you occupy their thoughts? So you chose to come into the reading under this little green stone here. Little green stone here. I'm going to put that there. Plus this card, which is basil, has basil on it, and it's got the word trust. Okay, so that's our first card. So we're going to put that there. It's card number 21, which of course cancels down to 3. Then we've got community. Now that's card number 39. 3 and 9 is 12, and of course 12 also cancels down to 3. It's like the reversal of 21. So 3, and there's also 3 people. I know there's 2 people in the background here, but we've got 3 people present in this situation. So that might be significant for some of you. And then we have got the butterfly and snowdrop with hope. Just trying to work out what that number is actually. Okay. Yeah, so we've got hope. Right. So let's have a look here. What can we see? So do you occupy, how do you occupy the thoughts? Do you occupy the thoughts? I think just for some of you, this might be with the reference to 3 on both the cards. Maybe there's a third element in this connection, just for some of you. Or maybe there's a lot of interference in the connection with a lot of people. Or it could be that you feel like home to this person with a sense of community here. You feel like home to this person. There's either a need to trust, or maybe trust has been broken in some way, or they want you to trust the connection. But this is about transformation, this card. This is about them trust and hope. So they're wanting you to have trust and hope in the connection. So maybe something's happened to break that trust. Maybe it needs to transform. So maybe for some of you it's a third element. That could be a person or a situation that's kind of got in the way of the connection, or broken the connection in some way. Or maybe there's something about they feel like home to you, feel like home to them. You feel like home. There's a sense of community with you. They feel connected to you. But there's something about needing to regain trust, needing to have hope again for the situation to transform. For things to be better somehow. I mean, the number 3, because both these cards cancel down to 3, and the 3 is all about joy, collaboration, completion, happiness, creativity. So then maybe they want to get that. Maybe they're thinking of you in that way, that you bring them joy, you bring them happiness. You are that sense of community to them, that home, that feeling of home. But something around this situation. I'm just noticing this eye here as well. So maybe for some of you, I don't know if you can see it here, there's an eye on the card here. Maybe some of you are being looked at, because there's a star underneath it. So maybe they are looking at you from a distance, from afar. So maybe for some of you, you're not together. You're asking about somebody that you're in separation from, you're not together, but they are keeping an eye on you. They are looking at you. Maybe you're quite... somebody who's quite well known with a star card, the star symbol here, somebody that they can see easily or access easily. But anyway, that's just some of my initial thoughts. Let's see. So, is pile number 2? That's interesting. So, what we just said about the star card is, so that's confirmation, really. I feel like you are somebody that they can access, or that they can see somehow, maybe through social media or something like that. But also, the star is hope. So I feel like this, and we've got the hope card here, haven't we? I feel like this person they're hoping that this connection is going to happen. So you are on their mind, and you are occupying their thoughts, and they're seeing you as their hope. They're seeing the connection as their hope. There's a need or a want or a desire that you will trust that, and that there's maybe the situation requires trust, requires hope, requires but maybe there needs to be some sort of transformation in it. But they definitely see you as home, I think, and somebody who's very, very, very attractive, somebody who pulls them in, somebody who has a magnetism to them. With the star card here. And now this also reminds me a little bit of the temperance card, because in temperance you often have them sort of one foot on the land, one foot on the water, or sort of pouring and mixing, to get that balance. And this person is also pouring and mixing here, or pouring the water here. So maybe it's about balance, maybe it's about getting some balance. That's how you're occupying their thoughts. They're thinking, how can they regain balance in this situation? How can they regain trust? How can there be hope? Wanting there to be hope still in the situation. So how does pile number 2 occupy their person's thoughts right now? That one definitely shot out. Okay, in this says the High Priestess, but in this deck that is the Hierophant. It's just called the High Priestess in this Witch's Tarot. How does pile number 2 occupy their person's thoughts right now? How are they occupying their thoughts right now? Please make it clear to me. How are they occupying their thoughts? 2 of Wands. Knight of Cups. Yeah, 100%. I mean, they definitely want to come towards you romantically. But there might be a bit of a waiting game going on here with the Two of Wands. Because I'm also noticing two sort of what look like two keys crossing on this Hierophant. It feels to me like there might be a little bit of a waiting game, because that is the Two of Wands. There needs to be a wait in some way. Maybe there's a long distance connection here. Maybe with a cat here, and cats having, because you've got a cat in this card. And cats are resilient, aren't they? They always land on their feet. So maybe there's something about them needing to wait, and they might need to be resilient during that period, or you needing to wait. So maybe there's a separation. Maybe there's geography that separates you, and that's causing the situation to be on hold or on pause. But it can also be like a weighing up situation. So maybe something's happened in this situation to mean that it requires trust, to mean that it requires transformation, and you're in this kind of waiting period. Or maybe circumstances mean that you are in separation in some way, or you are not able to be together right now, or but they feel this strong sense of community with you. Maybe somehow you you connect through your community or through a community. Maybe you met through a community, so maybe you worked together, or maybe you work together, maybe you socialise together, maybe this person is in your community or something like that, but maybe it's something that hasn't been declared yet. So maybe it's a crush situation within your community that you know, whatever that happens to be, whether it's your social, your work, your wider community, your neighbour, or whatever. And, you know, that is how you connect to them, or that is how you know this person. But they definitely see you as somebody. I feel like they're looking at you. They're definitely looking at you. They're definitely admiring. They know what they see. I mean, the Hierophant is about commitment, and that's slap bang in the middle of the reading. So it makes me feel that this person eventually does want commitment with you. They're thinking seriously about you. That's how you're occupying their thoughts. They're thinking of you as a serious commitment. And the overarching energy is the Knight of Cups, and that is somebody who wants to come forward romantically. That is the romance card, really, or one of the main romance cards of the deck. Somebody who wants to come forward and offer romance. It might be that this situation for some of you hasn't quite got off the ground yet, so it might be a crush situation. And maybe there's a lot of doubt. Maybe they don't know whether you like them. They're not sure that you like them. They're just wanting to, you know, they've got a trust, they've got a hope that you do. Maybe they're hoping that you like them, that you'll have trust in them, that you'll believe in them, that you'll want to be with them. So there's a lot of that going on. Yeah, so definitely you are occupying their thoughts. But if you are in a situation where you're in separation from this person, or you're with this person, so it might be for some of you, you're actually with this person, it's a committed situation. And maybe you're just wondering, you know, do they think about you? Do they think about you? How do they think about you? Well, they definitely see you in a committed way. They definitely see you as somebody that you want to have a romantic relationship with. They definitely see you as somebody to admire, somebody who attracts them, somebody who they find as magnetic, somebody who really catches their eye. But maybe just sometimes they're a little bit wishy-washy, and that's why you're having this reading. Sometimes they're a little bit, you know, they're a little bit wishy-washy. You don't always get, maybe sometimes you get a few mixed messages from them. You don't really know what they're thinking, but they do feel very seriously about you, think very seriously about you, and see you as, I'm just seeing this beautiful blue butterfly. I think they see you as very calm, very peaceful. You are their home. I do feel like you feel like home to them, definitely. Let's see what else. How does pile number two's person occupy their person? How does pile number two occupy their person's thoughts? Please continue. How does pile number two occupy their person's thoughts? How do they occupy their thoughts? Yes, the King of Swords. There's a lot of thinking going on. Nine of Wands. Nine of Cups. You are a wish fulfillment for them, 100%. And the Three of Wands, this waiting energy. So there might be a bit of fear. If this is a crush situation, I feel like there's some fears about coming forward, some stalling, maybe some unnecessary stalling here about coming forwards towards you with Three of Wands here. Because Three of Wands can be about waiting. It can be about unnecessary waiting, sort of stalling. This person has got this ship in her hands. It's not being allowed to sail. She's just standing there waiting. just looking out to sea and, you know, preventing the ship from starting its journey. So I feel like there is a lot of references as well to the sea. So then again, there might be a bit of an overseas connection here. And the Star and the King of Swords. Now in this deck, which is the Mystical Moments Tarot, there are 2 cards for each court card, and also I think for the Emperor and the Empress as well, from memory. And you have a male and a female version. So this is the King of Swords, but this is the female version. And in this King of Swords, now Swords is all about thought, because it's, you know, one of the it's the air suit, and that's all about thinking, communication. So I feel like there's a strong desire with the King of Swords to create a strategy, a plan, to come forward, to communicate in a clear, honest and authentic way with you. But there is also something about, you know, because we've got all these lights on her dress, like the lights that are in this star, and this figure is very attractive. So I do feel that they see you as a queen, somebody who is very, very, very attractive, somebody, they may even have you up on a bit of a pedestal, but somebody who is just so, you might have a kind of like, again, hope, that with a star here, they see you as their hope, they see you as very intelligent, they see you as very, 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 very bright, literally bright in terms of the way that you look and the way that you shine in how you look, but also in your ideas. And again, it just makes me feel that you are all lit up in this card, and somehow they can see you, they can access you, they think you're magical. That's kind of what I'm getting. I think they think you're magical. Now, under the commitment, we've got the 9 of Wands here. So maybe they are just worried that you won't want to be with them, or you won't want to commit to them. Maybe something's happened in the past with this person, and maybe you rejected them, or maybe they felt rejected by you in some way, or you know, because this person's got their head away from this red rose, and this red roses are often a symbol of love, but it's surrounded by thorns, and she's got lots of gashes on her, because the 9 of Wands can be the wounded warrior. It can be somebody who's been through a lot. So maybe this situation, you've been through a lot, or they, you know, they feel wounded, or you feel wounded, and they think because of that you would not want to commit to them, or you would not want to be with them. Or maybe if you're in a committed relationship with them right now, you're just going through the mill a bit. There's some, you know, there's some defensive energy there, or there's some problems in the situation, or some difficulties in the situation, and you know, the commitment of the situation is being kind of rocked, or is being challenged a little bit. But what they're saying is, you know, let's get through that, because I've got hope, I've got trust, you're home to me, I want us to be together. That's kind of what they're saying. They want you to be together. They want to overcome any challenges or problems that there might be. And of course, out of this waiting, I feel like they think they've got to wait a little bit. And there was a bit of waiting in pile number 1 as well. So if you feel drawn to pile number 1, have a look at that. But out of that is this kind of 9 of Cups. They feel you are their wish fulfillment for them. You are their wish fulfillment for them. But you might be a bit guarded, because you've got the King of Swords, you've got King of Swords, which again can be a little bit of emotionally, a little bit of a detached energy. The 9 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. Now the 9 of Cups is normally a wish fulfillment, but in this deck, I always think that this fan that she's holding, which is made of what looks to be quite solid cups, is right over her heart. So it just makes me feel that they maybe feel that you are a little bit guarded. You are distant. You would stop the situation from moving forward in some way. You are stopping it from progressing. That you are causing the halt, the delay in some way. That's kind of what they are, how their thoughts are being occupied by you. But you definitely attract them, you feel like home to them, they want to be with you, they want to come towards you, but there is a sense that you might not accept them, or delays, or there might have been problems or delays in the situation because maybe you caused a halt to it in some way, which you may have had very good reason to. You know, that there may have been something here to rock the trust, to rock the connection in some way. But I think they would love, I think they will come towards you, but I think it's hindered at the minute. There's a need for them to wait. I think they know that there's a need for them to wait a little bit longer. They can't rush straight back in, really. Now, in terms of astrological signs here, King of Swords is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. 9 of Wands is Sagittarius, and 9 of Cups is Pisces energy. 3 of Wands, that is Aries energy. Okay, so let's see if we've got any messages for pile number 2 in their person. Do we have any messages for pile number 2? Is pile number 2 occupying their person's thoughts? How are they occupying their person's thoughts? Oh, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So maybe if this is a bit of a work connection or a crush connection or something like that, maybe that's connecting into it in the sense that, you know, they feel like they have to wait, they can't come forward immediately because maybe you work together or something like that. That could be what's going on. Or it might be that if you're in a, you know, if you are in a couple and you're having issues or you're having problems, it's around finances. I mean, let's face it, a lot of us are going through financial issues at the moment with everything that's going on in the world. That might be causing tensions or something like that. Okay. Maybe they feel they want to offer you something. If they want to come forward, they want to offer you something. They want to be, you know, offer something concrete, and that they're a bit worried that they won't be able to do that. Or maybe there's a, you know, if you're in an overseas connection or something like that, you know, that's causing, you know, there isn't, you know, there's this finances getting in the way of you coming together in some way. See if we've got any other messages for pile number 2 in their person. I've got trust. Now, isn't that interesting? Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. That is uncanny. So there you go. There you go, pile number 2. There is a sense of, I think, them wanting you to have faith, have trust. Maybe they need to have faith and trust. But there's something about the two of you being kind of told or guided maybe by spirit that this is, you know, even if it doesn't look possible or whatever, to just trust in the situation. If you, you know, obviously you've got free will, it's up to you if you do that, but there does seem to be a sort of message around just trusting it. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. So this might be that this is a third party situation, maybe, with the community card here, because we did have references to 3, and I said at the beginning it was a third element. So maybe somebody is already in a marriage, somebody is already in a commitment, maybe you are, maybe they are, or maybe this is you and them, and that it involves, you know, commitment with the Hierophant. I think we had the Hierophant, didn't we? Yeah, with the Hierophant. But anyway, pile number 2, that's been your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, welcome back to your reading. So, in today's reading, we're doing, aren't we? You know, do you occupy their thoughts? How do you occupy their thoughts? So, you chose to come into the reading on this beautiful little yellow stone. Plus, your main oracle card, which is this beautiful branch with these lemons on it, these 3 lemons, and it's got the word cleansing on it, which is gorgeous, isn't it? I just love that card. It's card number 25 that cancels down to 7. We've also got the number 2 here. Why have we got the number 2 in Roman numerals there? All right. Sorry, I was just having a little thought there. Oh, then we've got number 1, main male. See, I pre-shuffled some oracle cards here. And then we've got, now you had 2 of these, the other piles didn't. So we had, the squirrel and chestnut preparation. Squirrel and chestnut preparation. And then we've got the weasel and pine introspection. Okay, so you definitely are occupying their thoughts, because both these cards, if you look at them, I mean, this card, you know, I feel like this person that you're thinking about either is very confident. They definitely want to be seen as the main person. They definitely want to be seen as somebody important to you. They definitely want to be seen as somebody of standing, of you know, somebody who is successful. They want to be seen as successful. It's quite important, that image of being successful, and being maybe in charge, maybe on top of their career, maybe they want to be seen like that. Now, whether they are like that, I'm not sure, but that's how they want to be seen. But they've got a very direct look. Now, this card here, which is the weasel and the pine. Now, the weasel is up on a branch looking. This card has a little bit of a spy element to it. It's a little bit like the Page of Swords in the tarot. It's like somebody spying, somebody looking. So I feel like they are somebody who's very much got you on their radar. I don't know if you're in the relationship with them, whether you're not in the relationship with them, you know, what the situation is yet really, but they are looking at you. They are very conscious of you. They are focused on you. They see you from afar. They look at you. They are looking. This weasel is looking here at you maybe from a distance for some of you, on top of this pine tree. Pine trees are evergreen, aren't they? But they're quite prickly. There's something like, I don't know, there's something sort of cheeky, isn't there, about these two, this weasel and this squirrel. They've got kind of little cheeky, chappy kind of feel to them. So maybe this person's quite... so although they want to come across as respectable, and they might have quite a good sense of humour, they could be a little bit, I mean, I don't know yet, we'll have to see what cards, but they might be a little bit, I don't know if crafty is the right word, but there might be, they just might be a bit more mischievous. Maybe they've got a little bit of a mischievous element to them or something like that, or maybe something that's a side to them that's maybe hidden a little bit, that doesn't fit in with this image. So a little bit of a hidden side, a little bit of a mischievous side, a little bit of a cheeky side, a little bit of a light-hearted side, whereas maybe they want to come across as very much in control, very much in command, very much in charge, very much, you know, man about town, somebody who's, you know, doing really well in their life, in the 3D world, to all intents and purposes, but there's something playful about them, something mischievous about them in some way. But anyway, we've got the main card is the cleansing card. So I think they are, maybe they're thinking that you're a bit mischievous, that you're a bit playful, that they want to play with you in some way, or that they want to, you know, have a connection with you, or play, maybe flirt a little bit, or something like that. Maybe there's something like that going on. Maybe you attract them. They're definitely looking at you. But cleansing, so maybe there's something in this situation that needs to be cleansed, needs to be cleared out, needs to be made better. That's the usual thing that is associated with lemons, isn't it? It's got a very sharp, clean feel to it. But anyway, let's see. Let's draw some more cards. Let's see what we've got here. But you're definitely on their radar. They're definitely looking. These two cards are looking right out. They're looking out at you. I feel like, and with the preparation, maybe they're making plans. Maybe there's something in the cleansing and the preparation where they need to clear something out or get rid of something. And that's part of the preparation in order for being with you or coming towards you in some way. But let's see. How does pile number 3 occupy this person's thoughts right now? Please, can you make it clear to me? How do they occupy their thoughts right now? Ace of Swords. Well, that talk about occupying thoughts. I mean, look at that. You are really in their head, 100%. Right, how does pile number 3 occupy this person's thoughts right now? 4 of Pentacles. How does pile number 3, how does pile number 3 occupy this person's thoughts right now? 6 of Swords. And the overarching energy is 3 of Swords. Right, there is, I think you might be talking about somebody that you are in separation from. And it kind of goes with a cleansing. So maybe there has been a cleansing of this situation or a clearing out of this situation, or this situation is in need of shaping up or cleaning or clearing or something like that. Because somebody might be holding on to it with the 4 of Pentacles here. The 4 of Pentacles is a card of holding on, of keeping hold of something, often to the detriment of your emotions. So it could be that you might be in a situation with someone here where you're holding on to it, or they're holding on to it, when in actual fact, you know, there needs to be a kind of either an upgrade or a letting go. It's kind of got that feel to it, because the way it is at the moment is and this person's shutting their eyes. So I feel like they, you know, if you hold on to it as it is, you're kind of shutting your eyes to the reality maybe of what needs to happen in some way, something like that. But you are definitely occupying their thoughts. You might be in separation from them. In fact, I think for a lot of you probably are in separation from them. The Ace of Swords is, I mean, look at this, you know, this card. I mean, this is this person's mind, and it's going, I feel like thoughts might be going round and round and round in this person's mind about you, because we've got this kind of like spiral staircase that represents this person's mind, really. And I feel like they are constantly thinking of you with the Ace of Swords, thinking of ways to make this a better connection, and have a new beginning that's based on. So maybe I said before about being a bit crafty or a bit mischievous or something, because the Ace of Swords is about being truthful and honest. So maybe there's a need for it to be more truthful, more honest, more sincere in some way. The overarching energy is Three of Swords with that. I mean, there's such a lot of suffering in this card, so I feel like with the cleansing, it feels to me that there might have been a lot of toxicity in this connection, a lot of pain in this connection, a lot of things that need to be cleaned up about the connection, something like that. Because this person is really in pain. So maybe both of you have just gone through a really painful situation. You might have gone through a really, really tough, painful separation and loss with this person. But I feel that they are still very much focused on the connection, even if it is from afar. But there is this kind of like maybe two sides to them. I think that's probably what I want to say. There is this two sides to them, where they seem, on one level, maybe in their working world or in their outside world or in their professional world, to be very, you know, clean cut. But in actual fact, there's also a side of them that's a little bit less clean cut, or a little bit tricky, or a little bit sneaky, or something like that. I'm just picking up, there's something like that with them, but they are definitely looking at you. They're definitely still interested. They're definitely still curious. Now, what's occupying their thoughts is a Six of Swords, which is a moving away. So maybe somebody moved away from this situation, or maybe you're with this person, and like I said, you're in a connection with this person, and it's just very difficult. It's a very difficult connection here. There's a lot of pain in it, there's a lot of difficulty, and maybe they are thinking that with the cleansing card is that there needs to be, and I feel like this one wants to come out underneath, which is the Nine of Wands. Somebody standing tall, somebody standing strong, somebody defending themselves. So it could be that, you know, if you are in a situation where maybe you are going through a tough time, maybe you're not looking, maybe you're not being treated right in this situation at the moment, pile number 3, and if that's the case, I'm sorry for that. Maybe their attention is somewhere else. Maybe maybe they've got two sides to them or something like that. And there's a need to cleanse it, to clear it out, to move into smoother waters, to move into calmer waters, because there's a lot of turmoil in this card here, of being the overarching energy. And maybe there's a need for you to stand up for yourself, or for somebody to stand tall, to stand strong, to defend their position. So maybe if you have left them, it's about standing strong, standing firm in that, standing up for what you feel is right in the connection, or what you feel should happen in the connection, and protecting your heart in some way. But what's occupying their thoughts is all of that. So it's either that they are focused on, you know, you moving away from them, or they're feeling that there needs to be a cleansing of the situation, which might mean a moving away from the situation, which would be better, as opposed to this hanging on. So you've got this hanging on card, and then you've got this moving away. They might be giving you mixed messages as well. So they might have given mixed messages, they might be giving mixed messages, and that might be what's causing turmoil and heartache as well, because you don't really know what's going on. Again, with the kind of mixed two sides, you know, like a two sides to them. There might be two sides to them. They might be giving mixed messages. They might be, yeah, so it might make it a very confusing connection. But they are definitely, I would say they are definitely focused on you. They are still very focused on you, 100%. Let's have a look and see what else we've got here. So what is, you know, is pile number 3, how does pile number 3 occupy this person's thoughts? Please, can you tell me, how does pile number 3 occupy this person's thoughts? 6 of Swords again, 6 of Swords, 6 of Swords. So you might be somebody that's just left them, where you've left them. So this might be somebody that you're talking about, an ex, and you're just wondering, do you still occupy their thoughts? Because I get this feeling that you know, that you are again floating away, or maybe they feel that you are moving away from them, that you are detaching from the situation if you haven't detached already, or maybe they're feeling that they want to detach from the situation. But there's definitely a feeling that this situation needs to, with the cleansing card, needs to move into, to transform, to move into calmer, a cleaner situation with the lemons here, an improved situation. That's kind of what's occupying their thoughts. How is pile number 3's person thinking of pile number 3? You know, how does pile number 3 occupy their thoughts? Please, can you tell me? Yeah, the Chariot. How does pile number 3 occupy their thoughts? 7 of Pentacles. And the Magician. I feel like with this person, I feel like with this, if you're in separation from this person, as I said before, I feel like they are very still curious about you. They are still looking at you. I think there is some desire in some way to move toward you, but it's not quick, because the Chariot card here is done with the snail. Chariot is normally quick movement. So I feel like they on one level would like to come towards you, but again it wouldn't be quick. But there's a lot of delay. So I feel like with the 7 of Pentacles, they're still sort of in an R and have taken a step back, a pause. I feel like, to be honest, you are occupying their thoughts. They're still curious about you, but they are happy to look at you and to notice you from a distance, from afar, to keep an eye on you. But there isn't a desire here at this point in time, I don't think, if you're in separation, to come back into the situation. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And if you're with them, my sense is that they are wanting to kind of break away from the situation. They may be telling you that they want to hold on to the situation, but I feel like in some ways they're wanting to break away from the situation, albeit slowly, because the 6 of Swords twice is about a slow movement away from something, and this Chariot card is a slow movement. But they may not be necessarily saying that, and I think to you openly, which is why I got picked up on this mischievous sort of cheeky energy, really, or energy that's not quite, that's kind of hidden in a sense. So my sense is that if you are with them, if you're in a connection with them, and you're wondering whether they occupy their thoughts, you do occupy their thoughts. They are curious about it. They do want you are in their head a lot, but I just think they're thinking that the connection needs to transform, needs to change, needs to be better. And the only way that can do that is if you have a break, if you have a pause. I don't feel they want to kind of separate from you forever, but I do feel that they're looking for a break with the 7 of Pentacles here, because the 7 of Pentacles is about a stepping back to reassess, because the overarching energy is the Magician, which is to manifest again. So it would go with a cleansing where you just have, it's almost like going on a retreat, isn't it? You know, where you have an actual, where you go along and you have a massage, you eat clean, you do things to rejuvenate your body and get rid of all the toxins. That's kind of what I'm feeling. That's sort of general energy. So if you're with them, I feel the way that they're thinking about this situation is that you maybe need a break from it, to calm it down, to clean it up, to get rid of toxicity, that kind of thing. But if you are not with them and you are in separation from this person, I just think that they think about you a lot. They're curious about you. They want to look at you from afar. They're happy to look at you from afar. They, they may, in a sort of an academic way, think of ways of maybe coming back toward you. But I don't see any real kind of immediacy around that. Maybe as a dream. Maybe as a dream with the Magician card here, maybe as a kind of like a distant fantasy, you would be somebody that they would want to come towards again, somebody that they would want to be with again. But I just feel that they believe that you are standing strong, that you are defending yourself, that you have moved on, that you maybe went through a lot of pain with them, but they still want to be thought of as the main person, as somebody who was important to you. And they've got a lot, I feel like this person's got a lot of pride as well. And it's really important, their image is really important. So they want to be seen by you as somebody important, somebody still that means something to you. But it's not a situation that they would necessarily want to return to in a hurry. But it is something that they dream about and that they think about, maybe in some way, because again, you've got a butterfly here, you've got a swan. They feel that you are... a deep connection for them. But it's like a dream, it's like a fantasy. It's only something that they can look at from a distance. It's not something that they can access immediately, because there's just been too much gone on maybe in this situation. But in terms of astrological signs, I mean, Six of Swords, well, that is Aquarius energy. You got that twice. The Chariot, sorry, I've gone blank. Gone completely blank. And maybe this person's gone completely blank. Four of Pentacles, that is Capricorn energy. Ace of Swords, that could be anything from Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. What else have we got? Seven of Pentacles, that is Taurus energy. Three of Swords, we have got Libra energy there. So that's just some of, I think Chariot is Cancer energy. So yeah, so that's kind of just what I feel, or how I feel you are occupying their thoughts. Let's see if we've got any messages. I'm just going to have one of these actually. Have we got any messages for pile number 3 in their person? Is there any angel guidance, any angel messages for this connection, please? And how they occupy their thoughts. Infinity. Oh, your love is timeless. So maybe this person, like I said before, with the swan and the butterfly, they feel like there is a deep connection to you, but it doesn't. It's not something that they. It's like a dream. It's like maybe you connect on the 5D level or something like that. There's that kind of connection to you, but in the 3D world, it's like it's something that they can only sort of dream about or imagine about, really. See what else I've got here. See, is there any other messages for pile number 3 in their person? What's that one? No. Okay, whatever that means. No, and then we've got forgiveness. So maybe there's a need for forgiveness in this situation. Maybe something happened in this situation. Maybe they're thinking you would say no to them coming towards you. You would not be interested, as I said before. And then we're going to have one more, and then we're going to leave it there. Please can you tell me any messages for pile number 3 and their person? Oh, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So maybe with the infinity, maybe there is, maybe in the future, in the long distance future, this relationship could come together. And that's maybe what I was saying about them seeing it as something in the future, but not sort of right now. That's kind of what I'm feeling, because maybe that, with the 3 of Swords, there does need to be a lot of forgiveness. It does need to be incredibly slow. I mean, I did say with the Seven of Pentacles, it's kind of like a situation that is on pause, and that's what I mean. It's not an immediate. If you are in separation from them, it's not an immediate coming together. It's like there has to be a certain period of time, maybe with maybe with divine timing in some way, that you can come back together again. So at the moment it seems like a bit of a dream, because there sort of needs to be some healing, some clearing and cleaning up of the situation. And if you're with them, then yeah, there needs to be a pause, a separation, a break, in order to heal in some way. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. But anyway, pile number 3, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I'm uploading straight away. And then, other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.